So then tell us, I don't know, walk us through like the process of your TikTok. Like what's it, I mean, what's your strategy on that to drive people to your funnel to go to your BeatStars? Because I think most people do is like they upload to YouTube and funnel that to BeatStars. So I would like to like understand how that works.
So with TikTok, I like to just post my beats just regularly. Usually it's just me like vibing to them with a snippet of the beat, and I'll have like a little hook or whatever. And um, I have my link tree in my TikTok bio, and in that link tree, the BeatStars link is like the first one in there. So it got to a point where, whenever I get some decent amount of traction on beats, people are always, hitting me in the comments. Oh, hey, like, where can I buy this? Where can I find this? And I say, oh, BeatStars in my link tree in my bio. And I get DMs, same thing. People DM me, yo, your beats are fire. Like, where can I check them out? BeatStars. So, uh, and I've noticed that, like, sometimes I'll see somebody like one of my posts on TikTok, and then like a few minutes later, I get a notification from BeatStars that somebody with like a similar name ended up following me. And I'd be like, oh, so they heard the beat, and then they went to my BeatStars, and then they ended up following me. So that's how I know. So yeah, most of my traffic on there, even people that have least has come from TikTok.
Interesting. I think, I mean, it makes sense, but I think you're the first producer that I heard that funnels from their TikTok to their BeatStars. So then walk us through like kind of like is that how you get your placements? Is it through people like buying your beats from BeatStars, or is that like a whole nother like avenue?
Yeah, so in terms of placements, that's something completely different because these are people that I'm
Yeah.
actively reaching out to. Usually, the people that buy
Okay.
from me on BeatStars are people that come to me. But in terms of the
Okay.
placements that I have and the artists that I work with and the relationships that I develop, these are people that I'm actively reaching out to. Maybe I came across one of their songs on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram, or maybe I was working out and one of their songs came up on my playlist and I stopped like, oh, who's this? And then I'll, check them out and then I'll go find them and hit them up. But yeah, usually all the placement stuff that comes from me, like actively reaching out, or sometimes, like I
Gotcha.
said, with the Banks and Jay Stone situation, they both just made posts on Twitter, and I just sent to the email, and they just like what I sent.
Yeah. And I mean, how easy was that? Like, did they get right back to you as soon as you sent them a message, or like was there like them kind of dubbing you and you having to reach out again? Because I think the thing what most producers do is they give up after the first message, and that's just like the first step. You know what I'm saying? So, what was your experience like, and like how did you respond to that?
Sure. So with Banks, the first one, I sent him a pack. He didn't reply, and then I think it was a week or two later, I sent another pack, and then later that night, like a few hours later, I got a DM request from Lloyd Banks on IG. It popped up, and I said, oh, nah, this got to be somebody just with the same name or using that
Yeah.
name or something. And then when I went to go check it, it was him. Oh, you got some heat, brother. That's what he said. I said, oh shit, he must have got those beats. So then, we went back and forth in the DMs for a little bit. I was asking him what he was working on, kind of what he was looking for, and he said he was almost done with the album, and one of the joints that I sent over, might potentially be for that, but ended up not being on his album. But they did ended up releasing it because it was him and Tony Yayo on there at the same time.
Nice.
And then I had another record that he asked for the stems for, but that one didn't end up being released. Who knows if we'll ever hear it? I know it was mixed. I know he rapped to it, but I never heard the song. Um, so it'll probably never see the light of day with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then with Jay Stone, I sent some beats over, and then shit, I think it was like a couple days later, I got a forward from his engineer, and it was a track that he had recorded to one of the beats. And he was asking me to extend the beat so he could add a second verse. So I extended the beat, but he never added a second verse, and then it ended up coming out a couple years later on a DJ Drama, uh, Jay Stone like collaboration like mixtape.
Yeah.